Hey pilots, welcome back to Blue Squadron HQ. Just coming at you today with some news from Lucasfilm Games, as they've apparently teamed up with Ubisoft, with a studio over in Sweden called Massive, to bring us a brand new Star Wars open world game. Now these are the guys at the studio who are responsible for games such as The Division and The Crew 2. And with Ubisoft's track record of open world games such as the Ghost Recon series and the latest Assassin's Creed, it's a positive time to be a Star Wars fan. I mean, with the release of The Light of the Jedi and The High Republic, you have to wonder if we're finally going to have that open world game where you get to be a Jedi and affect things on a large scale. One of the biggest complaints I've noticed in recent like Assassin's Creed games and Ghost Recon games is that the map was too big. And I think they might have found their niche here they might have found their niche in the sense that how big can a map really be if you can jump onto a speeder bike and accelerate at 300 miles an hour down the road, or jump into a gunship and fly to the other end of the map? It's quite exciting to think of the possibilities of this, and I'm leaning towards thinking of Ghost Recon Wildlands, but changing it around. Imagine it's an Imperial world or an occupied Imperial world in the Galactic Civil War, and you take over sort of a Rogue One, Saw Gerrera type character, and you have to lead your squad to go and disrupt and unseat the Imperials on this planet. I think this could be a really successful project for them, and I think I'm quite excited for where this is going to go. More so, this probably means the end of the exclusivity with EA Games, who granted have given us two great games in EA Squadrons and eventually Battlefront 2, but I think there was some damage done, especially with the release of Battlefront 2, that I don't think can really be forgiven. I mean, it went to the courts in Belgium about whether it was illegal to have in your game, and you just didn't want that, especially for your first real outing in Star Wars. And with Battlefront 1 being a rather narrow scope on the old Battlefield formula, where we used to have the Clone Wars and we used to have the Galactic Civil War from the start, the fact that they only released the Galactic Civil War was just mind-boggling and really felt like an opportunity wasted. But I have to admit, with the lessons learned and what we can see with the way they've released their Disney Plus TV shows, well, that's referencing Disney exclusively, but I think they've learned a lesson from the fans, that the fans want better quality. We don't necessarily want the EA game tag, we don't want the massive game every time, just something creative, something fun. I mean, Jedi Fallen Order was outstanding. For me, it's my favourite Star Wars game in the past 10 years. But if you consider how many people still play the old games as opposed to playing the new games, I think they really need to look at those. I mean, Star Wars 1313 is a great example of this. I wouldn't be surprised if they take, with the success of The Mandalorian, if they take the old Star Wars 1313 project and remodel it into something of a hybrid of maybe Ghost Recon or Assassin's Creed, playing as a Mandalorian or playing even as a Jedi Shadow or something in the Thousand Year Darkness. But overall, I'm really excited to see where this is going. I love Squadrons. I play it every day, and now that we're getting more people getting involved, I mean, Lucasfilm have even teamed up to do a game with Bethesda for Indiana Jones, and I love the films, but I am skeptical now. Right now, I want to, especially after Fallout 4, I wonder where they're going to go with that, but I'm optimistic, and now that they've turned around and said they're going to do an open world game after we've been asking for so long, and after the disappointment of all the cancelled games in the past, maybe finally we're getting what we wanted. So what kind of game do you guys want? Do you want a remake, a remaster, or do you want a new take on something? Do you want something fresh, something we've never seen before? I personally would love to see more Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, Dark Forces, that kind of thing. Bring it into the modern age, maybe revamp it. It'd be great to have that lightsaber combat back again. Or maybe even just a different take on like a strategy game. But quite frankly, if they take Ghost Recon and just reskin it as a Star Wars Rebel Insurgency game, I'd be all over that. So thanks for joining us, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you excited for what's coming? Please remember to like, share and subscribe. This is Blue Squadron HQ, and until next time.